Cognition has just launched Devin, the world's first AI software engineer. With people already worried about their jobs because of AI, Devin's arrival has made those fears even bigger. In this video, we are going to investigate on a question which is on everyone's mind. Can AI really take a software engineer's job? To answer this question, let's start with an hypothesis that Devin or a similar AI bot is going to replace a human software engineer. Let's talk about how do we function now. In a typical software world, business team communicates the requirements to the engineering team, which in turn develop the software. If our hypothesis is right, which means these software engineers will be replaced by AI software engineers, then instead of humans, business team will be interacting with AI. If this is clear to you, let's move to Devin and see what does it offer. We are at the Cognition Labs page. Here is the video which talks about introducing Devin. Let's hear it out.
Hey, I'm Scott from Cognition AI, and today I'm really excited to introduce you to Devin, the first AI software engineer. Let me show you an example of Devin in action. I'm going to ask Devin to benchmark the performance of Llama on a couple different API providers. From now on, Devin is in the driver's seat. First, Devin makes a step-by-step plan of how to tackle the problem.
I just paused the video to highlight few things. In this interaction, Scott is a person who is interacting with Devin AI, and it's asking Devin to benchmark Llama 2 on 3 different providers. As a response, Devin has come up with a step-wise planning. It starts with researching the API documentation, it writes a Python script, it implements the response type measurement assessment within the script, it tests the script, analyzes the collected data, documents the script, and report the findings back to Scott. I'm going to stop the video here and we'll check out few more other videos which are available on this website. Here is the video which talks about Devin's capabilities to build and deploy the apps end to end. Let's check out this video.
Hi, I'm Adyan, and today I felt like playing the game of life, so I asked Devin to implement it for me. Devin started by creating a new React application using the shell, and then it started writing some code through its editor. After that, that seems nice, but there's a lot more features which I want to add. So let's ask Devin to do this one at a time.
I'm just pausing the video again to highlight few things. The user here, who is Adyan, is trying to develop the web application which is running the game of life. In this case, the user is asking Devin to make the font bigger, and it's also asking Devin to fix the frame rate, which is not coming out very good. And then it's also asking Devin to fix a bug which is related to the screen, which is frozen. The user is also comparing the changes done by Devin compared to the previous implementation here. I'm going to end this video here and going to check out another one. This video talks about Devin's capability to autonomously find and fix bugs in the code bases. Let's check this out.
Hey, I'm Andrew, an engineer at Cognition, and I wanted to share a pretty amazing experience I had with Devin. So I maintain this big open source repository, which contains a lot of different algorithms used for competitive programming. A lot of people use it, and a few weeks ago, my friend texted me that there was actually a bug in one of the implementations. The implementation wasn't quite right when the inputs weren't relatively prime. I kind of glossed over that case when I was implementing it, so I never really thought about it. So I implemented a quick fix, and then I thought that I should test it, but I actually never really got around to writing any test cases. So I thought, if I don't want to do it, I should just ask Devin to do it instead.
I'm just pausing the video to highlight what kind of interaction this user is having with Devin. So in this, the user is asking to check out the code which is available at this location. And the user is talking more specifically about the code for the mod constraint. He's asking Devin to prepare the details about the new test case. Then the user is further refining the requirements in terms of writing the test modnum.test.cpp. It's asking to write a single test case that initializes 2 mod constraints. and the other details which are provided by the user. Similar to this, there are many other videos available on this website which talks about different aspects of the software development. Across all the demonstrations of Devin, one thing is pretty evident. To make it work, you need to provide instructions in a technical fashion. And these instructions are not at the higher level. They are very fine level instructions, specific to a technology, specific to a code, etc. We cannot expect a business person interacting with an AI software engineer like this. We must have the human software engineers in place to carry out these sort of interactions. And this proves our hypothesis wrong. We do need human software engineers to carry out the development tasks. Now that we proved our hypothesis wrong, let's understand the role of Devin or any other AI bot in the software development. Bots like Devin are more kind of productivity tools to help out the software engineers in carrying out their day-to-day tasks. This could be code development, test executions, running POCs, etc. So we can treat them as our assistants who are here to assist us and improve the productivity. Tools helping software engineers have been there since ages. For instance, our IDEs, which help us in so many ways: code completions, unit testing, builds, deployments, etc. In spite of all these productivity tools, the job of a human software engineer is still intact. In fact, over the years, the number of software engineers have only gone up in spite of the increased productivity. Real contribution of a software engineer is much more than just writing or executing code. It involves collaboration with other stakeholders, be it the developer, business, or the other teams in an enterprise. A human software engineer deals with complex human interactions to understand complex and the abstract problems. It makes multiple decisions at the lowest level. This could be related to technology, processes, or even the business. Additionally, a human software engineer is continuously adapting to the changing technology world. AI tools, although capable of learning from data, still require human intervention, and they can only be trained when there is sufficient data or code available with the latest technology. AI still lacks the expertise in these areas, and I do not see it coming close to this level of skill set anytime closer. That being said, the productivity of AI tools is going to evolve over a period of time. What's going to happen after 10 years? I'm not sure. But for now, the AI tools are only going to help us out. We might see the change in landscape of technologies around, but a job of software engineer is still intact.